Welcome to Inside the Arena, powered by Arena Plus. I'm your host, Anton Rojas. If you haven't yet, make sure you follow all our social media platforms and hit that notification bell to make sure that you never miss an episode on Spotify and YouTube. Now, before we get started, mga kaastig, we're giving away a total of 5,000 Arena Plus vouchers to 10 new users. So make sure to finish this episode and answer the question at the end of the episode in the comment section. At huwag kalimutang ilagay ang Arena Plus username nyo. Join na. So, for our episode today on Inside the Arena, it is my honor to welcome a four-time Asian Tour champion who is still on cloud nine after his big win defending his home course at the International Series Philippines. We have Miguel Tabuena. Brother, it's good to see you again, man.
Thanks for having me.
So how's it been, man? Obviously, you've been doing the rounds, flying in and out of the country. Have you had a chance to settle down and celebrate your big win at the International Series Philippines?
Absolutely not. I'm still on cloud nine. It is still mostly a blur. I actually just got back about 2 days ago from Saudi, and we're slowly starting to realize what has happened the last few weeks. I was on a bit of a run, and it was nice to actually get that win in the Philippines and for the Philippines.
Yeah. I remember during your interviews when you were making the rounds prior to representing at the International Series Philippines, you said that you were a little bit pressured because there is that factor na nanunood yung mga kaibigan mo, pamilya mo. You want to defend your home course, and it's your home course, yung Santa Elena Golf Club. So now that you got that monkey off your back, so to speak, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Yeah. But how does it feel to get that monkey off your back, so to speak?
It feels great. You know, I had immense pressure put upon me by other people and upon myself also. It's always hard to play in your home country. You know, you have expectations. You want to play well in front of your family, your friends, and you want to defend that home court advantage. And to be able to pull it off is truly a dream come true. And like you said, I'm still on cloud nine. It happened 4 weeks ago, but it's still mostly a blur to me. I still can't believe that I won the International Series Philippines. You know, it was always my goal to win an international series, and to be able to win it at home is truly unbelievable.
Well, what you did was truly inspiring. We're very proud of your accomplishment, and throughout the next couple of minutes that we will be joining you, you'll be sharing a lot of things, talk about your beginnings, talk about some of the challenges that you overcame throughout your career, and what's next. What are you looking forward to? We're going to be talking about all that, but I'm going to warm you up first and play a little game that we call Over and Under. So, simple lang naman siya. I'll give you a golfer's name and the number related to that golfer's career, and then all you got to do is guess whether that golfer went over or under that number.
Okay.
Game?
Let's do it.
All right. So, yeah, let's start with a guy that you grew up watching, and pretty much every golfer grew up watching. Tiger Woods. 80 PGA Tour wins.
Over.
Yep. So first one is correct. Tiger Woods has 82 PGA Tour wins and 15 major championships. Eto naman, how about Jack Nicklaus? 115 career wins. Over or under?
Under.
Oh, so the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, has won 117 professional tournaments in his career, including a record 18 major championships.
It's wild.
So, 1 out of 2. Let's try this. Arnold Palmer. This is interesting. 60 years as an active golf player.
Over.
So right now, he has played a total of 53 years in
my
golf.
gosh.
So you thought he played more than
I know.
60?
I thought.
His
He's a fit
name is
guy,
on...
so he's a fit guy. So
Yeah.
I thought.
His name is on the iced tea kasi. Kaya parang ang tagal-tagal na niya eh. All right, how about this? Justin Thomas, youngest player to record a 59 on the PGA Tour at 25 years old.
Under.
Yep, so he was 23.
When he shot at
the
59.
time. Yeah.
I actually played the same tournament when he shot 59. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you know it.
Yeah.
How about Scotty Scheffler, current world number 3 on the official world golf ranking?
Over.
Yep. It's number 1 siya ngayon.
Yeah.
Currently ranked 1. So 3 out of 5 for Miguel Tabuena right now. Sam Snead, 99 gold medallions from PGA Tour events.
So I know he has less, so that's under.
Yep.
Yeah.
Snead was awarded a record 94 gold medallions for his PGA Tour wins. Gary Player, 160 career wins.
He has more than that. Over.
Yep, over. Gary Player has won a total of 165 professional tournaments worldwide over his career. So we have 2 more items here, I believe. Yep, 2 more items. Nelly Corda, 2 Olympic gold medals.
Under.
Under is correct. Nelly Corda won her only gold medal so far in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. She competed in 2024 but failed to win a medal. Last one. Phil Mickelson. 258 weeks as world number 2 on the official world golf rankings.
Under.
So it's over. He held the position for 270 weeks.
Wow. That's long.
Most of which was behind Tiger Woods. But damn, 270 weeks. So on our official tally, that's 6 out of 9. So not bad, brother. Not bad. 6 out of 9 for Miguel Tabuena here on Inside the Arena. So now that we've done our icebreaker with Miguel, it's time to go deeper in our next segment, which we call Uncovered. We will reveal more of the story behind Miguel's resilience, drive, and love for the sport. Mac Astig, you're still watching and tuned in to Inside the Arena, powered by Arena Plus with me, Anton Rojas, and we are here with Miguel Tabuena as we get to know a little more about him and explore how he became one of the top golf players in the country right now. So, Miguel, what's your earliest memory of being exposed to golf?
Golf was exposed to me very, very young. I would say when I was 2 or 3. Is when I can recall my earliest memory. Both my parents are elite club players, and golf was always present in the house. And I would, some kids had Barney, some kids had Sesame Street, some kids had other lullabies, but my lullaby was specifically the 1997 Masters. And that's when Tiger won his first major. To the point I watched it every night, and I started to memorize the commentary of the film. And that was something I watched every night. And eventually Tiger became the person I looked up to on the golf course. I would mimic everything he'd do. It was nice to see him dominate the game at a very young age, and that's what everyone really aimed to do. And he was my first idol and will always be someone I'll look up to in the game of golf.
So you said you mimic everything that Tiger does, so including the fist bump.
Yeah.
I mean, even Michael Jordan
Yeah.
mimicked that one.
The fist bump, but I think he's done it more than me for sure.
Well, what's your signature celebration, though? Do you have one?
No, if you're watching in Santa Elena when I hold that putt for the win, my knees just buckled, and it's hard to think of a celebration when it actually happens. But I'll probably start to think of one so I can do it next time.
Yeah, but that was an incredible moment. I saw that. I feel like the emotions just took over at that
Yeah.
moment. Did you even know where you were?
No, actually, when I approached the green on the last hole, uh, it was I was super surprised of how many people there were around me, behind me. It was very very humbling to see sort of the Filipino golfing community come together and uh, and support me and recognize what I've done for the game of golf in the Philippines, for sure.
Miguel, you said you were inspired by your parents who were elite club golfers, and then of course, growing up, you watched Tiger Woods. Do you recall the moment where you decided that, okay, you know what, maybe because I'm exposed to golf, maybe I should try this out, and I might be a little bit good at it?
If I can pinpoint a year, probably when I first won in the states at the age of 9, I would say. It was my first legit international tournament, and first world championship that I actually won. And but like I played other sports growing up. It was never forced upon me to play golf. I played football, I played basketball, but I believe that golf was a talent that God gave me, and it was my duty or my it's I've always wanted to pursue it as especially golf. There was always hobbies like basketball, football, but I knew early on that golf was something I could actually be good at, and I'm glad I stuck with it.
Now, one of the things that I didn't realize about golf, especially those who turn pro early on, is that the schedule is very demanding, and you had to go to homeschooling to be able to pursue a career. What led to that decision, and do you feel like other people can do it differently, like go to school like all the other kids and still be a pro?
Yeah. Well, back then, I transferred to homeschool when I was entering second year high school. Back then, there weren't that many options with the schools now. Some schools in the Philippines right now support other activities outside the campus, outside school, and want you to excel wherever you're good at. But I transferred to homeschool during my second year of high school because there was no chance I would be able to keep up with my studies and traveling the same time. So it was a big decision for the family and my parents to transfer me to a homeschool where it would allow me to practice when I'd want to travel and compete around the world. But it's really not for everyone. Some parents or some kids want to focus on their studies, which I respect. But at the time, I knew that to be able to improve for myself, I would have to try a different way of learning. And I also believe that I got to learn much faster because I got to travel the world, learn about different cultures, and see the world at a very young age, and sort of get a head start of the professional life.
Wow. So I mean, the sacrifice that you made, just incredible. What's the biggest sacrifice that you've had to make by turning pro and living this life?
Professional golf requires a lot of traveling. I travel almost 30 weeks in a year. And, once in a while, the family come along. I'm able to bring my wife, Sandra, and my daughter, Paloma, who's about to turn 2 in a few weeks' time. But, professional golf requires a lot of traveling, and I lose a lot of time with them if they're in Manila. So whenever I travel, I honestly miss a lot of milestones, a lot of like other occasions where I'd hope to be at home. But it comes with the job that I'm in, and that's probably one of the biggest sacrifices that I have to make is time away from my family.
And I guess that's why your win here in the Philippines for the last international series Philippines was all the more special because they were here with you.
Yeah, exactly. The last time, well, before ISP, my last win on the Asian tour was 2023, and that was in India, and I was able to celebrate with my caddy in India, but it was a FaceTime with my wife after holding that putt, and it was ISP was much different. I had my whole team with me. I had the family and friends, and I had Sandra and Paloma on the green with me to celebrate, which was a dream come true.
Definitely a core memory, a special moment that you and everybody will remember for the rest of your lives. 2012, you achieved your first win in the pro scene in the Asian Tour through the Philippine Open. How did that inspire you moving forward? Like, what was the impact on you getting that first win on the tour?
Yeah, it was actually 2015.
2015.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, 2015 was when I first won my Asian the first Asian tour event I won was 2015 at the Philippine Open. It was in Luisita, and I was still a very young pro. I turned pro 2011, and I was a rookie. So I had very little experience. There were guys that I looked up to that were playing on tour, and it was very hard for me to get that mindset of being able to win and to beat all of these guys. But after 2015, when I first won my professional event on the Asian tour, it sort of made me realize that you belong with all of these people. You deserve to win every week as long as you put the effort and the training, and it also made me realize that you lose more than you win, and I was okay with that. I was okay with the failure, and I think that's very key with being a professional athlete. You have to be okay with failure, because you'll fail more times than you win, and just to be able to bounce back from anything is a key factor to becoming successful.
Well, we're getting to know Miguel, his personality, how he started in his sport. And in our next segment, we're going to learn about his plans for the future in our segment called Built to Last. All right, so we talked about the past with Miguel. Now it's time to talk about the future. As athletes, they all share the same dream, and that's to be remembered by future generations with what they did in their respective sports. And in this segment, we will see how Miguel is working, or what Miguel is working on to achieve just that. So Miguel, again, we talked about your big win here in the ISP, fourth victory on the Asian Tour. What's next for you? What are you eyeing? Let's say 2026.
Yeah, so it was always my goal to win an international series event, and that finally is checked off the bucket list. I still have a lot of goals that I want to tick. There are things that I want to achieve, and that basically keeps me going. There's always room for improvement, and to be able to achieve something, you have to make goals, and there are goals that that are in place, and hopefully 2026 I'll be able to get them done.
So we'll stay tuned for that. The goals that Miguel will be chasing in 2026. But I want to ask you about the competition at International Series Philippines. I was fortunate to have been there, and I was there during the second day where you hit the hole in one, and the 14th hole. Yun nga lang sayang dapat hole 17, so you got the car. but that hole in one, when you hit that hole in one, did you feel like, you know what, man, this is a good sign? Maybe
Yeah.
I might go on to win this.
Definitely. It was weird. The first day felt very, very flat. Felt I was very exhausted. There was a lot of pressure on me. So the first day was very hard to get by. The second day came, and after making that hole in one on 14, that was my fifth hole of the day in the morning. That was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. This can be a shift with momentum. And I actually didn't see it go in. You actually showed it to me
Yeah.
after the round, but I just heard the roar of the crowd on the green, and my playing partners, DJ and Louis, were like, "It's in, dude. It's in." I was like, "Are you serious? This happened now, at the right timing." And I think that's what I needed to sort of pull this whole thing off, for sure.
Miguel, obviously, because you were in the news, there were so many pictures,
Yeah.
so many videos. Dumami ba yung mga Pinoy na nag-golf wearing your signature short shorts? Like, is that a thing? Is that ganun talaga yung forma mo? Because I think you're one of the few guys who do that.
I mean, I like it. There's more room for movement for sure, especially when I squat on the green. But I do get the worst tan for sure. But yeah, it's something that I'll embrace for sure. It's something I'll do for a long time, as long as they allow shorts in competition. I think I look good in it, and it's also good luck. I think, because I actually won the tournament.
Yeah.
With it. So yeah, I have no issues with my shorts.
You'll stick with it.
I
'Cause
will.
like every golfer, like Tiger Woods, he has that red shirt. Gary Player has the all black
black.
look.
Yeah.
So Miguel Tabuena's got the shorts.
The short shorts.
The short shorts, yeah, not just any shorts. It's got to be the short shorts above the knee. All right. Since the SEA Games is coming up, at marami ka ng experience in international competitions, marami ka ng nauwing trophies. Anong advice ang mabibigay mo sa mga delegates na lilipad pa Thailand sa darating na SEA Games?
This is not something that comes around very often. The SEA Games is every 4 years, right? Every 4 years or every 2 years?
2 years.
Every 2 years, and I know that our athletes won't take it for granted at all. I've played in a couple of SEA Games before as an amateur, and it's one of the best experiences that I've had with other athletes, and being able to meet other athletes that are the best of the best at what they do, and to be able to represent the Philippines is not taken lightly, for sure. It's something that I hold very close to my heart, and something that I try to do every time I step on the golf course. And I just want to wish them good luck. And I know you've been training very, very hard, and it's a matter of time when you just have to let it out and let things happen. Don't do anything extra. Believe that you put in the hard work, and just let it happen.
Miguel, you are the newest brand ambassador for Arena Plus, so you're doing a lot of content, a lot of social media. Is that something you enjoy? And what other roles do you see yourself maybe partaking in the future?
Yeah, it's definitely new to me. I actually have an easier time on the golf course, for sure, than doing the social media stuff and doing things like this. But it comes with being a brand ambassador. It's something that I will take very very seriously and not take lightly. To be able to be represented by this prestigious company is something I'll be proud of, and something that I will do my best in to represent them at the world stage. And it gives me extra confidence that a company like Arena Plus supports me in that way.
Did you have any like strange random dream growing up, like I don't know, wanting to be an actor or something? May ganun ba?
If I wasn't a golfer, probably I like traveling, and I've been always fond of airplanes. Yeah, and I think it would have been cool to be a pilot, but other than pilot, I love sports. So if I was a professional athlete in any sport, I would do the same thing. I would train my butt off, and I just like competing as well. So either sports or being a pilot for sure.
You're 31 years old now, still a lot of time. We talked about some of the legends that they've been playing sobrang tagal na, even up to 60. Naglalaro pa rin.
Yeah.
I'm sure right now, like, ang dami mong bagong young fans. What role do you want to play in inspiring future generations and developing the game of golf here in the Philippines?
I started in the junior ranks, so I would do what I can to give back, and I think I'm in a position where I can sort of start to do that already. It's really not easy, especially if parents are not as supportive also. So the parents play a huge role in the kid's success, or in the kid's interest of wanting to pursue something, right? And I was very lucky with parents that support me no matter what I did. If it was golf, if it was playing soccer, if it was trying to play basketball, but I was too short. But for the junior guys that want to take it up, I think just to enjoy the process. Golf is very hard already, and to be able to be successful, you have to enjoy the process, enjoy the ride, accept that there will be times when you'd want to quit, but also know that if you work your butt off and keep your head down, it makes your achievements and wins much sweeter for sure.
Well, that kind of mindset and attitude has taken you this far. Now, the first Filipino to win the ISP and four-time Asian Tour champion. The whole country will continue to support you and rally behind you with whatever you decide to take on in the future, whatever challenge that may be. But before that, we will take a short break and then check in with the fans with our next segment, Serve and Respond. We've gathered some questions for Miguel here from our fans on social media about golf, and we're curious to find out what are your own picks, Miguel, for these questions, and of course your advice to everybody who are watching and listening right now. So let's go to the first question. Could you walk us through how one could get started in golf?
First, you have to be patient. Golf is a very, very long game, and it requires a lot of patience. Golf takes about 4 or 5 hours in a round, and you have to have the right mindset for playing a long round. But if someone wants to pick it up, I guess it's easier to if you're athletic. It's golf will be easier for you to take up if you're athletic, if you have any hand-eye coordination, if you play other sports. Golf will be much easier like that. But other than that, you have to be in the right mindset. Golf is, like I said, a very long sport, and you have to have the most patience for sure because you're. I've lost my battles with my temper on the golf course, and only very recently where is where I figured out that half the battle is in your head, and to be able to pull through something, or to be able to, for example, after a bad shot or a bad hole, to be able to sort of recover from that takes a lot mentally, and I'm glad that I've found a lot of solutions to counter that.
So I'd like to add to the patience that you brought up. I think for anybody to get good at golf, you need time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, bro, that's one thing that I didn't realize because I'm one of the people who decided to pick up a new sport during the pandemic. So I decided to try golf. Now, one
Okay,
thing I didn't
cool.
realize, bro, was that you spend pretty much half your day there
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
got to wake up early, you got
It's
to
a
make tea time, and then if you're not good like me, like you're just a beginner, you're gonna take a long time there.
yeah.
And then after that, kakain ka pa, maliligo ka pa.
Yep.
So, yun yung hindi ko na-realize as a newbie golfer na you need time pala.
Yeah. It's the sport generally takes up most of your day, especially like me, who are professionals at it. It's something that takes up most of my day. For example, if I play in the morning, I start with the workout to make sure everything's moving, and then I head to the golf course, and then I warm up there as well. Maybe eat some breakfast, then I play 9 holes or 18 holes. Then if I'm not happy with the way I played, that's when I choose to practice, or take a break first and then practice right after lunch. But it's really a whole day affair. You almost can't plan anything after it. But it's something that you have to do to not perfect it but improve. Because there are a lot of aspects in golf. You have your driving, you have your chipping, you have your putting, and it's very very different. Each one is very different, and to be able to be good and competitive at each aspect takes a lot of time, and that's one of the reasons why time is very like I sacrifice a lot of time away from the family. Sometimes they're with me during practice, so I see them for a bit, and then I head to the golf course again. But I spend a lot of time away from family, and it sucks, but they are very supportive in what I do, and understand that to be an elite athlete, you have to do these things.
What's the most number of holes that you played in a day? Because I hear like some people they can go 36 holes.
Depends on the time of year, but in the States, I've done more than 36 holes. I've done, I would say, almost 54 holes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah. As long as you have a lot of daylight, and you play fast. So you have to play with decent players, or else you won't be able to finish 18 holes.
Let's go to the next question. Does playing golf also require a lot of physical strain?
For sure. I mean, the normal average person would say that golf doesn't require any physical strain. It's sort of seen as a hobby or as an old man sport, but to be a professional golfer, a lot goes into it than just swinging the golf club. I think I've told you this in Santa Elena, but after the second round, I told you that I teed off at whatever time it was, 7:30. Okay, I woke up at 3:50. Yeah. I woke up at 3:50. I got my workout done, like a full on workout. With lifting, with speed stuff, with activating everything, and then that takes about almost an hour. Then I have some breakfast, and then I head to the golf course maybe an hour and 10 minutes before my tea time, and start my routine there, golf wise. So that starts with the putting green, then I head to the range, and then I head back to the putting green, and then I tee off. It doesn't stop there. So after the round, you're exhausted. You have to do all these interviews, and when I get home, there has to be recovery. There has to be sometimes I get in the ice bath for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But recovery is key, and it really takes a toll on your body because of the amount of events I play in a year. It's week in and week out, and only I would say about 2 or 3 years ago where I took fitness to another level because I knew that it was an edge talaga in the professional athlete world. If your body allows you to do the things you wanted to do, you certainly have an edge against everyone. And I didn't leave that stone unturned. So my coach Bernie Satianza, we came up with a plan, and we're sticking to it. I work out probably close to 5 times a week, 6 times a week, and that's sometimes twice a day. So like even this morning, I knew I had an early day. I knew I had to be here at 8 o'clock, so I worked out at 5 today, and not because I could have been lazy and said that I'm sort of on my off season already, but I know that every day off is crucial also, and I want to keep that streak or that feeling where I'm ready to go no matter what. And sort of also injury prevention stuff. I got injured a few times before, and that's something I don't want to happen again, because it's truly a setback. So fitness at the elite level, at the professional level, is very key. We walk 18 holes. That's almost 20,000 steps every day. We play different courses, play different climates, different altitudes, and the travel also is very tiring. So to be able to keep the body in shape is crucial.
How many hours of sleep do you have on average?
I try to get at least close to 6.5, 7. But I also listen to my body. If I don't feel as well, then we do other stuff. We do more of recovery. But if the body is green, and if I'm ready to go, I won't stop.
So you just answered the third question here from our fans sa social media, your pre-competition routine. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the question. What's your pre-competition meal? Like, what's your favorite pre-game meal that you have to have this to get in a good mood?
Yeah.
And get going?
Coffee is number one. I have to have something that wakes me up or gets me in the zone. Coffee is a must. I'd probably get an omelette or some toast with peanut butter. If I'm at home, I have rice. I have my favorite corned beef, Delimondo, and it's it's very important to fuel yourself properly. Like I said, it doesn't just stop there. It during your round you have to fuel yourself also. So I have bars. I have some granola nuts. I have bananas. I have my protein shake. Just to keep the energy levels on a constant. You don't want to crash. You don't want to be super high, and that comes with just experience and I had a nutritionist before that told me more or less what to avoid. If I'm feeling this certain way, then start to eat this or stay away from these foods. But yeah, eggs, toast, not super heavy.
So for anybody who wants to get into golf, what core skills should they focus on first?
The basics for sure. First timers probably grip, stance. Um, you can relate it to other sports like tennis, uh, pickleball, and other racket sports where it's sort of the same movement, and where they can sort of relate. I'm sure they'll get frustrated. They'll be like, ayoko na. But it's not easy, dude. It's golf is a very tough sport. Think of it, you're holding a club and a ball that's on the ground, and there's certain things that can happen with the degrees of your face, if what angle it's pointing at. There's so many factors that that can happen. But yeah, just just to enjoy it. It's golf is not easy, and maybe if you want to go on the ferry, and you're just starting, find a group that you like to play with, that you have fun with, and seriously, don't be too serious. It's a hard sport regardless.
All right. So earlier, we kind of debunked the misconception that golf is for old people. Nah, it requires a lot of physical. It will test your physical limits,
Yeah.
really, as Miguel explained just moments ago. What's another misconception about golf that you want to debunk?
That you can't be noisy, that you can't shout, you can't clap. But I mean, I've heard so many things na Miguel, I don't watch you because I'm very loud, or it's hard to cheer because we're not allowed to cheer. But if you're in Santa Elena,
Yeah.
and if you're in the International Series Philippines, you'd think otherwise. Golf has changed so much, and it was nice to experience that firsthand.
Yeah, I remember I had the privilege of interviewing Mr. Rahul Singh of International Series Philippines, and he said that this is golf like you've never seen it before. And being out there, seeing all of the activations, seeing the music, the
Yeah.
food, the festive atmosphere, all of the booths of the different brands, it really was golf like,
Yeah.
like not what you see on TV.
Exactly, yeah.
Peaceful, quiet. Nah, it was fun.
Yeah, so much fun. I was after that week. That the next day, that next Monday, I flew to Hong Kong for International Series Hong Kong, and
So how different was it?
it was different. And all the people on tour told me straight up that the International Series Philippines was the best ever International Series event that they've
Wow.
had. And just hearing that is I feel very very humbled and very proud at the same time that as a Filipino, that we were able to sort of display that event for them at a world class level, and to be the overall champion of that event is also something that I'll never forget.
Why do you think they said that? Was it because of the enthusiasm of
Yeah,
the
for
people
sure.
watching?
I guess a mix of both. The atmosphere, I think it was the biggest crowds for an international series event as well. So the atmosphere, and I said at the start of the week that I wanted a Philippine flag on top of that leaderboard, no matter if it was me or another Filipino golfer. But it's I think it felt like a fairy tale ending, and something that was just written to perfection, that a Filipino won it at in the Philippines. It was my first international series event that I won, and to be able to win it at the place that I call my home course also is a big factor and a big it's huge, man. Like now I'm still getting goosebumps of that day, and I really still can't fathom how I did that. I will take this end of the year to sort of celebrate properly with my family. Just to reflect on the year it's been, for sure.
So you've talked about the physical demands of golf. There's a question here. Compared to the calm and quiet atmosphere of golf, how tough is the mentality needed for this sport?
Like I said, it's half the battle. Like I said, I've lost tournaments because of my temper. Uh, it's huge. It's also tiring because, and it's also not nice to watch, because I played with certain players where their emotions just took over them, and they certainly have the game to compete, but when when they get frustrated, when their emotions start to take over, they lose the tournament like that. And over the years, I would like to say that I've improved. After Paloma was born, my daughter, it gave me a different perspective that golf is just a sport. It's doesn't that my world doesn't evolve around golf, and it's something that I do. It's something I provide for my family like that. But at the end of the day, it's just golf, and to be able to put that aside and be a great person on and off the golf course, I think is a bigger achievement.
So, Miguel, after what I will say is a banner year in your career, 2025, how do you sustain this momentum in 2026, or, reach greater heights?
So we're gonna have like a debrief with my team. We're gonna have a big meeting, maybe when all of this starts to cool down. After all the celebrations, just to go over what we did as a team and to put new goals in place. You always want to strive for something. You always want to work towards something, no matter what you do. There are things that I still want to achieve. People say that I have achieved so much already. Thank you. I'm humbled, but I believe that there's still a lot in store for me, and 2026 will hopefully be even a better year.
So we've gone through all of the questions dito sa ating serve and respond segment. We'd like to thank everybody, all of the fans who sent in their questions for Miguel, and we hope that you guys continue to support him as he strives to reach greater heights in his career and in life. Miguel, before we end our conversation, what is your message to all of your fans and supporters, and the biggest lesson that you've learned from your sport that you want to impart to them, that they might find inspiration in what you share as well?
On behalf of myself, thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my journey. I would definitely not be able to do this won't be able to do this without your prayers, without your support. I will promise you that I will continue to represent the Philippines and put them on the map at the world stage of golf. I will continue to train hard, and I will continue to sort of leave a legacy, not only on the golf course, but to make people realize that this is bigger than golf. There's something bigger to strive for, to be a better person, on and off the golf course, in whatever you do. That's the most important. And to the guys who want to pick up the game and want to turn pro or want to take it to the next level, enjoy the process. Allow yourself to fail. If you recognize that in order to succeed, you have to fail, there will be a huge load of pressure off your shoulders, and that was the biggest thing for me, to be able to realize that failure is okay, and it just makes all your hard work, all your training, mean so much more, and make your victories much sweeter.
Brother, thank you so much for the time. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Anton.
the
Thank you
inspiring
so much.
messages and sharing your story with all of us here on Inside the Arena. And we're looking forward to everything you're going to do. And we wish you all the best in 2026 and in the rest of your career.
Thank you.
Miguel Tabuena, four-time Asian Tour champion and the first Filipino to win the International Series Philippines right here on Inside the Arena. And mga ka-astig, don't forget to follow Inside the Arena, powered by Arena Plus, Inside the Arena with Anton Rojas on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and of course, Instagram. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. At syempre, mga ka-astig, bago tayo magpaalam, comment below sinong pick nyo na magiging next big star ng golf dito sa Pilipinas. Once again, this has been Anton Rojas for Inside the Arena with Anton Rojas, rooted in trust, backed by legends, and always playing for the long game.